Today I'm going to play and review Fractured Minds, a game by a very young developer called Emily Mitchell. I decided to play it last week because it was recommended as kind of an extremely short game, but very kind of impactful, and kind of a game that would make you think more so about the inner struggles of persons or a person with anxiety or depression. As I went through the game, I was kind of taken aback. I didn't really know what to expect. I went into it not knowing much, but after getting into it, trying to just figure out what you had to do, what was the purpose, what was the kind of goals. There really isn't any goals. It's just you start off waking up at the start of a day, just trying to get through the day, getting through each room, trying to figure out simple puzzles. But in these simple puzzles, you are kind of overwhelmed by kind of anxiety and fear, which was I've thought was like fantastic, because I'm sure that is how people with social anxiety issues would act in a social situation like this. I've had times where I felt anxiety and panic attacks every now and again, and it did kind of make me feel like something similar to that, obviously in a controlled environment, but it was interesting that the game was able to entice that kind of feeling out of you, and I thought it was cool, just, you know, going by room to room, such simple tasks, but actually end up making you feel extremely scared and not really knowing what to do or where you belong in this place or in this game. And I thought that was the point of the game, i.e. it being a metaphor for suffering with anxiety throughout your life. This level was possibly the most interesting to me, as you kind of go around a grey world looking at these oblong humanoids staring, bewitched by their mobile phones. I just thought it was an example for how just people walk through life and looking around at just the dystopian future that we're currently in at the moment, where people are more interested in digital devices that they have in their hand, as opposed to trying to help the person that's obviously struggling and looking for help. Which is like, I thought this is probably my favourite level of the game, because it really kind of struck home kind of social anxiety and not really knowing who to look for or where to look for, and just wanting to get out of this level into the next room. I thought that was a really kind of strong feeling for the game to kind of give you. So as I was just going through it, I was looking for kind of if there was a moral, ambiguous kind of outline for each level, but really it was just kind of a walking commentary on just social anxiety, and like, for example, this room, looking at not knowing where to step or stand in a room in a situation of just high emotion and anxiety, just wanting to figure out the puzzle to get out of the situation. And then this constant pursuer following you without saying words, just with a painted on face, kind of reminiscent of kind of like slasher or horror movies, but yet you don't really know who or what he is yet as you play through the game. And then this is the final level. Boiler room being like, I suppose that is a metaphor for the heart, kind of pumping energy and warmth to the rest of the body. So it would be a perfect way to end the game. So in this is the boss battle, kind of the tamest version of a boss battle I've ever experienced. But you basically find and turn corresponding valves to burn this phantom chasing you. And finally, you finish the game and confront the monster. And then walking up to him, the monster finally embraces you, and you find out that the monster is you, which is I suppose the whole point of the game is understanding that anxiety comes from you, and you alone hold the power over your own anxiety. So I mean, it is a corny message, but it's completely so true. And I thought it was obviously a short, poignant game to I suppose get across the idea that anxiety is something that can be controlled, and something that you live with, and something that kind of makes each individual person who they are. And I thought it was a good message for a game, especially coming from Emily Mitchell, being like a 16-year-old game developer. I was blown away when I found that out afterward. So I suppose all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I thought it was very short, but I think that's the point. It needed to be short and kind of sweet and to the point. So yeah, I would say that I very much enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if she comes up with anything else. It'd be very interesting to see her next kind of project. Radio. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.